Hello and welcome to this edition of the Audio Spotlight. I'm Tyler Rowland, and with me from the Ashland Tomcats football team is three-star running back with 11 Division I offers, Braxton Jennings. And Braxton, who has been a lead player on this Ashland team since his freshman year, he's stepped up big when he returned to kickoff for a touchdown. And he's been in the end zone over 50 times. And Braxton, it's good to see you on here. And first off, let's talk a little bit about that district championship game against Johnson Central from your perspective. I want to talk about that play on 4th and 4. It looks like there's 4 or 5 Johnson Central defenders around you. What's going through your mind? Walk me through that play.
We called shallow, where I ran across the field. I saw LeBron in trouble, so I came back to the ball. And I didn't realize I was two yards behind the line of scrimmage. I was thinking I have to make this guy miss because we're not going to lose on my senior night. And plus it's district championship. I made him miss, and then I'm trying to get more yards. After I broke through, I saw just green grass, and I was like, I got to score now. So I make that one guy miss, and then I get in the end zone.
I've seen you pull off a lot of great moves, but that one takes the cake. Fast forwarding a little bit further, Johnson Central takes a 36-34 lead. There's 27 seconds left. Your team has one timeout, getting ready to return it. I know you said something to the teammates. What was that?
So I basically told them, just give me the ball and let me make a play. After we broke the huddle, I go up to Duck and I'm telling him, when you get the ball, pitch it back to me and I promise you I'll make something happen. So as soon as he got the ball, it's like I spoke it into existence. So he got the ball and he pitched it back to me, and I just took off. I was trying to get out of bounds by the 30 because I knew they would have a little bit of time to score. I had to make a guy miss, and then the other guy kept running, and he caught me eventually.
That was a couple great cuts you made to get there, and when Duck scored that touchdown at the end, Bryant scores a 6th touchdown, and I haven't looked into it heavily. Historically, I don't know if we've ever had that happen, a quarterback throw for 6 touchdowns, and then Duckweiler get his 3rd receiving touchdown. What did that mean, seeing Duck have that breakout game, how you guys worked together on that kickoff return, the big reception to win the district?
This shows a lot of chemistry between the team. Duck, all season, I think he's been a little quiet, but now since Rowland County, and I think that was his first touchdown, he's been starting to do a lot better. All season he's been blocking his butt off, and he makes a few catches that are really tough. Seeing Duck on Friday do what he did, it spoke a lot about him.
Talk about that chemistry, because you guys have a close class. You guys do a lot together on the field, off the field. Some of you guys play basketball as well. Talk about that and just what it's meant to you during your time at Ashland.
When I came in as a freshman, they welcomed me in like I was family since day one. Ever since then, I think our senior class has been really close. On and off the field, we'll hang out outside of football. Like, it just doesn't have to be football where we see each other. We can see each other. We'll go over to LeBron's house, or we'll play the game together, or we'll go out to eat together after practice. I think we have a lot of chemistry because of that.
Did you ever imagine when you first touched the football at Ashland, going back to your freshman season, what was it like when you ran that kickoff return back for a touchdown? I think you guys had back-to-backs, if I remember right, you and Ricky Padron. Talk a little bit about that first memory. Did you envision it becoming what it has, your football career?
I knew it was going to be something special ever since I scored that touchdown. Being a freshman and being that young and scoring on varsity meant a lot to me. I knew I was going to have to work my butt off that offseason to get ready for next season, because Coach Daggett had mentioned that I was going to probably more than likely start next year. So I knew that I was going to have to work my butt off, and I knew I could be something special just scoring that touchdown.
Talk about your abilities as a running back. This goes beyond just being able to run the ball. Right now, Braxton, you're a 3-star prospect. You've got a lot of schools interested in you for good reason. For instance, last year was 6th in 4A in rushing, and you led the team with 800 yards rushing. Normally, in that case, there's a guy that at least has 1,000 yards. But the way you guys spread the ball around, you're unselfish, you help each other. But it's much more than just running the ball, because against Johnson Central, you picked up career receiving touchdowns number 9 and number 10. And you're able to catch, you block well. When you're running play action, you hit the hole hard and try to draw the defense in. Talk about the importance of doing those little things that college coaches look for.
When I'm playing and doing a play out there on offense, whether it's blocking, to running the ball, to catching the ball, I just know and I picture in my head that a college coach is looking at me every game. So in my mind, I have to make every play look perfect. If not perfect, then good. So I just take that and I try to make every play look good, like I'm going 100%. So
yeah, and you've had training. I know working with your dad, Chris Jennings, who was a couple years ahead of me when he was in school, and I remember watching him, and of course his career, getting to go to college and then the NFL. Talk a little bit about that and just some things that you've been able to learn from him.
So yeah, that's having a dad that played where I want to go, which is D1 football and then the NFL. I mean, that's really special in my eyes, and I can't. And I have to listen to someone that's already been there, done that. So every time we work out, whether it's working out in the morning or afternoon, if it's like 5 in the morning to 9 p.m., I have to listen to him because he's been there, done that. And being my dad, I mean, that's a blessing. Not many people can say that. I listen to him and I take what he did, and I try to add that to my game.
Talk about Coach Tackett and what would be something that you feel like you learned from him.
So when he started being the head coach, sophomore year, he's always input in us, we, not me. And that's very special. And it really says a lot because we are a we, not me program. And I think that's why we're not selfish, because we just want to win. Regardless if I have 100 rushing yards or 10 rushing yards, or if Cam has 200 rushing yards or he has 20 rushing yards, like it doesn't matter his stats. We just want to win as a team. I think I've learned and I've caught on to that from Coach Tackett, the we, not me.
Just a unique bond where both you and, for some that may not know, I mentioned Chris Jennings being a couple years older than myself. He graduated in '04 from Fairview. He happened to play for Chad Tackett, winning a district championship. And does that, do you feel a unique bond there?
Yeah, that's very special, and I definitely feel a unique bond with me and Coach Tackett, and I think it makes me a little bit more comfortable with Coach Tackett, that him having to coach my dad and then him coaching me. So I just think it's something special that not many coaches can say that they've done.
Braxton, when you get a few minutes off the field, what is something that you would like to do in your spare time?
I like staying in the gym. But other than the sports and the physical aspect, I like hanging with my friends and with my teammates.
You've been heavily involved in the college recruiting process. I mentioned at the beginning you had 11 Division I offers. What do you feel like in that process has been successful for you?
Staying patient and doing what you can do and what you can control on the field. I feel like every play a college coach is looking at, that sinks into my head. I try to make every play look good and look great on film. And I've been going to camps. This past summer, I went to Louisville, USC, and Texas A&M. I'm just staying in contact with coaches, whether they answer you back or not. I just blow their phone up and looking for a response, and it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. But you don't let yourself down if a coach doesn't text you back. You just keep trying to text them and trying to keep in contact, and it shows them your interest in them in that school.
That's good advice. Braxton, what's a cool fact about yourself? Something that not a lot of people would know.
So a cool fact about me, I love to make TikToks. I love TikTok and I love dancing. So that's one of my cool facts. Another cool fun fact about me is I also cut hair on the side. Outside of practice, I love cutting hair, and I think I do a good job at it. Now, some of my teammates will hate on me and say that I'm not that good, but I think I'm really good.
That's so cool. Do you have a passion for one day having a career as a barber?
Yeah, in some way.
It is a neat position. Definitely a spot you can build a lot of relationships in the community. And last question, Braxton, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I would say shout-out to my linemen, making great blocks for me, and LeBryant. Shout-out to my dad for making it to that game for my senior night. Shout-out to my coaches for coaching great and making great play calling. Just shout-out to the community for supporting me.
Awesome. Well, Braxton, we thank you for all the memories, and thank you so much for coming on here. And be sure to stay tuned to Braxton, the Tomcats this week. They go to Simon Kenton to play in a game that could get them some good RPI points with a victory. And be sure to check local media providers for coverage of that game. We'll have the first round playoff game on My Town TV, and hopefully a second, since Ashland has the number 1 seed. And we want to say thank you, God bless you, and see you soon.